Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Life Academy with Kelly Ntebe and friends. So we call it Life Academy because we talk about life matters, stuff that can help you as an individual to improve, help us as individuals as well, the ones that are doing these recordings, that are doing this podcast, to improve. So generally, it's certain things that we went through and studied and made research and things that we creatively thought about, questioning the status quo of life, and things of that nature. Yeah, we just enjoy recording these things, sharing them with you, talking to you about them, sharing our opinions. Certain people might have different ideas from what we talk about, but we just do our part, and we know that we are probably touching someone's life out there. Someone needs to hear this. If you know someone that wants to, has got maybe a question or something they want to understand better, and you find that we've addressed it, please do share these podcasts with all your friends, your families, your colleagues, wherever you find them fitting to listen to these type of things that we're doing. Yeah. Now, today we're living in a world where people are in search of something. We see people imitating other people. We see people, you see people trying to find themselves through other people's careers and celebrities, But we believe, and I personally believe, that there's certain things that one has to discover by themselves, You need to be able to sit down and look at things from your point of view, what sits well with you, and what works for you, basically. And one of the things and one of the tools that I think can be able to help, and this is something that we're going to be talking about today, is self-actualization. Self-actualization is all about knowing you, understanding you, having your goals, being purpose-driven, attending to certain things according to your ways. You get to a shop, you look for something that fits you better, that suits you nicely, instead of what you would have probably seen a model is wearing, things of that nature. And there's still a gap even in this fashion industry, or call it retail, whereby when you go to shops, you only see these models, dolly models that they put on the windows, showing a certain outfit being fitted into a slim body, where else we've got diverse bodies. We're not the same. We've got people that are big in body, curvy, slim, and all of that. And I think because that's on our eyes, on our faces on a daily basis, you watch a TV, you watch a music video, you watch a show, most of the time it's perfect body, light in complexion, nice dark skinned, where else we've got people that we live in on a daily basis. They've got acne, they've got stuff on their face, and some of them, they don't even change. But what I'm trying to say is the media hasn't really, yes, they have started, I must be honest, but they haven't really got to the part where they really embody these situations, this diversity that we are in. When you speak of diversity, we're not talking only about race, even body, complexion, hair, all of these type of things. And I think today's topic is one of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you. The tools that I'm going to be sharing with you will help you to kind of get to a point of saying, okay, I can be able to find myself and live my life and be me, and still go out in the world and attempt every goal, every opportunity that I want, being comfortable with who I am and what I am. And when you are comfortable with the person you are, it's easy for you to attract the right opportunities for you that you'll be able to enjoy on a daily basis. on a lifetime daily basis. If you are into sports cars, you probably attract sports cars. If you're into, any type of car that is out there. So let's get to hear these tools, what they are and how they can be able to help you, So yeah. Thank you so much for staying with us. You are still with Life Academy with Kelly Ntebe and friends. And today's topic that we'll be addressing, we'll be talking about, and I'll be sharing some of my point of views there and there, some of my understanding. It's self-actualization. So self-actualization is the high level of psychological development. So that means everything is mental. Everything that you feed your brain, everything that you put into your mind, that you see, that you look at, that you touch, feeds back into your brain. And the minute you feed yourself the right information, the right things, and you start focusing on who you are, where you want to be, who you want to be with, the type of person, the type of relationship, the type of job you want to do, the type of academic path you want to take in life. It's that high level of psychological development where the actualization of full potential is achieved, which occurs usually or after basically bodily and ego needs have been fulfilled, So when we speak of ego, okay, we're not referring to that big ego where you look down on people, but we're talking about your confidence, We're talking about your approach to life. It's unquestionable. You are clear of what you want. You are clear of what you want to achieve. When they ask you, what do you want to be in 5 years, or where do you want to be in 5 years, you are able to tell them, to break it down to them. And when they listen to your 5-year plan, it's a build-up. It feeds into each and every milestone that you've set within that 5 years. So that is self-actualization. That is not pride. That is not moving into a space telling people how better you look than them. People will see it in you. People will realize and say, this person is so intact. This person is clear about his future. This person is focused on the journey that he's taking, and he's clear on what the journey requires. He doesn't agree to everything. When people say, okay, I'm going out partying, he doesn't drop, or she doesn't drop everything that they are doing and run to that party and come back the next morning. They haven't achieved what they needed to achieve. And I must be very, very honest with you. These things don't come easy. These tools are not easy to achieve. These things are not easy to obtain. You need to work on them. You need to practice them. They say practice makes perfect. You need to work on them on a daily basis. You need to set up a schedule. You need to talk about them. You need to declare them. You need to share them with yourself. You need to paste them. You have to have a storyboard or whatever you can use. Maybe have a diary where you write down the stuff that you want to achieve, the stuff that you want to do, that you want to see change in your life. You have to set your own goals when you want to set them, at a certain age, what you want to achieve. But I must be honest with you, these things require discipline. They require discipline. And one day when I get an opportunity again, I will be talking about the word discipline. There are things that we need to be able to compromise to achieve certain things. If you are with your friends and all of your friends are addressing certain things, and it's not that you can't afford them, but because it's something that you want, you need to have the heart, the patience to enjoy those situations. You go out with them, you're always going to look like you are working. Even certain friends will tell you, why are you so dressed like this? It's like you can't afford, you don't have this. And those things can get to you at times. You hear people that say, oh, you're still driving this old car. Oh, you know what? You're still renting. What are you doing with your money? What are your plans? Like, look at your peers, your age group people. Look at the people that you grew up with. They are living high. Oh, you're not married. Wow, you're not married. You're wasting time. You don't have a child. You're wasting time. But if you have this self-actualization, if you you know yourself and you know what you are planning in your life, and you know what you want to achieve, and you're not easily shaken about these things, trust me, those will be music to your ears. People will be talking, saying all of this, and if you're confident and you know exactly what you achieve, and there's also that part where in your life you are searching for certain things. You started from this one relationship, you moved to another one, you moved to the other one. I'm talking from experience. I've had people that have called me names, have told me that why you are not lasting in your relationships, because that means the problem is with you. What's wrong? They even say to you, no, go back to God and pray about it. Like, guys, I've been praying about it. I've been doing everything. And I know what I'm doing in my secret space to maybe find myself and realize, okay, what's the issue? Or maybe I haven't found the person that is meant for me. So you need to be emotionally strong. You need to be mentally fit. You need to have a heart that can carry whatever people are saying, and it makes you heart painful, what people think like that. You need to be able to overlook all of these things. Certain people sacrifice for so many years, driving one car, staying in one room, in one small house, only to find out 5 years down the line, they are in a position, because they've been saving all along, they've been disciplined all along, they are in a position to be able to build a mansion from the scratch, from the foundation to the top. And a beautiful one, fully furnish it and all of that. And then people start saying, ooh, this one won lotto, this one. And that's not the case. Or is he criminal or whatsoever? And that's not the case. The idea here is that people have their own goals. They are aware of themselves. They know what they want. They know the journey that they've set for themselves. They know the milestones that they need to go through, and they know what it requires, what it's going to cost them to be able to achieve those things. And that's self-actualization. Those are the things that you need to get to know and understand about you. First thing is first, that I would really like us to touch on in these things. And this is one of the tools that will help you to be able to find the one thing that you really want to really be familiar or to identify yourself with, or to be able to keep you on this journey and to confirm that you are really, really self-actualized. It's one of the tools that we all need to have, and a lot of people have shown that they don't really get what this thing means. I'm not sure if I get it, but I'm going to share with you what I think it means. And this one tool, the first one that I like to share with you, it's purpose. Purpose. You need to have purpose in your life. You need to know why you are waking up in the morning. You need to know what is the one thing that you would like to see yourself accomplish in life. What is the one thing that you want to work towards? What is this thing that you are planning? And you don't even need to share it with anyone, but only you would know in your own space, to say, my purpose in life is to develop people. My purpose in life is to build my family a big home. My purpose in life is to be a good friend. My purpose in life is to be a businessman, employ people. My purpose in life is to be good to mankind. My purpose in life can be anything, but you need to have purpose. You need to know why you're waking up, going to that job of yours. It can be anything. Some people go for careers because they want to feed their families. Some people go into certain careers just because they want to enable people to do certain things. There's people that become politicians because they want to be able to give people jobs. There's people that become surgeons because they've got a background and experience. Maybe they've seen their parent die because of cancer and they couldn't do anything, die of any type of disease, and they felt bad about it, and they felt that no one should be going through the same thing that I went through, that I've experienced with my mother or with my father. So let me go and study and be there. Some of them would have realized they went to the hospital, there wasn't enough nurses in the hospital, and say, in the next coming 5 years, I don't want anyone to struggle with this thing. So I am going to go there and fix it, or go study and add the number of nurses or policemen, whatever career, or even teachers for that matter. So when you have a purpose in life, it is that great responsibility and duty, that you have in you to accomplish a particular mission in life. So have a mission, have something that you know you want to see yourself achieve, or you want to see happening, and that mission will be that important task to fulfill in this lifetime. When we're referring this lifetime, right now, today, something that you want to be able to work on within this lifetime. And remember, when you're speaking of this lifetime, we're talking from when you start preparing yourself to achieve that thing. When you start from step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until you reach a goal or a point whereby you're a specialist, or you have that thing that you wanted to achieve, or you have fulfilled that purpose in your life. Purpose doesn't start when you're already doing it. You need to go through the ranks. You need to learn. You need to be coached. You need to be mentored. You need to practice. You need to master. You need to then implement whatever that you will be doing. So those are some of the things that I think we as individuals would need to find ourselves and work on. And purpose again speaks to the willingness to help or do good from humankind. It can be anything. You can just decide to say, you know what, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to drive a nice car, I'm going to go to the ghetto or to Ekasi, that's what you call it, and inspire young people. Then you're doing good to mankind, not to brag, ladies and gentlemen, not to show people that you can do more than them, but just to breathe a different breath into people's lives, and that's how it is, and I really hope people can get to understand that purpose is there to drive you, is there to remind you that, listen, you're not just waking up in the morning to get your paycheck. There's something big you're working towards, and make sure that whatever your purpose is in life and you're still working towards it, let it be on your face all the time, because it's going to be there to remind you. Put it as a poster, put it on your phone as a wallpaper, make sure that you pass by an area that compels you to want to do more, Don't stay away from something that you're saying it's you want to achieve this in life, but you never ever heard talking about it, do something about it, or read something about it. You keep yourself up to date on what's happening, what's the latest around the subject that is of concern to you as an individual. And the other part that is so important in all of this is authenticity. Oh my God. Oh, you know what? Authenticity. It's the most important thing that people need to have in their life. For you to be able to stand up before people, and say, I've realized, or I am aware of who I am. I've achieved this thing that is called self-Actualization. I know myself. I am aware. I am awake. I'm woke as an individual, is to have authenticity. If you're not authentic in anything that you're doing, forget it. Forget it. You need to be able to be in a position to maintain your dignity and integrity, even in situations or environments that do not allow you to leave that out, or situations that compel you to take a different direction. You understand? You need to be able to be authentic. Self-realization, self-actualization speaks to being authentic. You need to be honest. You need to be truthful in everything. If you have values in your life, your core values, you need to live up to them. Don't talk about something and not live up to it. Don't talk about something and people question it. Like I said, those things are not easy to achieve. To have purpose in life is not easy, because there's so many things that can sway you away from your focus, that can push you away from the direction that you're taking you, because there's influences out there. There's people that are out there that don't have purpose, that are not that are self-conscious. They would want to struggle with you. They would want to fail with you. I know there's people in this life that would say, if you are all walking together using a taxi, they are fine with that. They are happy that every morning when I wake up, I know Kelly's going to run with me to the bus, catch a bus, and travel with me to work or to school. But the day Kelly gets a car, it's a problem. Who does he think he is? Now because he's got a car, he thinks he's better, he thinks he's all of that, And when you tell them or you show up at parties or family gatherings, they are those people that will make you feel small, for achieving certain things or doing certain things that are amazing, or go around spreading rumors, gossiping about you, saying bad things about you, So you need to be able to live up to your values, You need to be able to focus on your purpose, what you want, and that forms part of being authentic. If you stay true to your core values, even in those environments that will challenge you, that will make you think twice about your goals, that will make you think twice about where you want to really be, you need to be able to stand your ground. You need to be able to say, look, guys, I know we are agreed to do this. I know we wanted to achieve this, or we wanted to go out, but today I can't go out because I've got something that is of paramount importance in my life and I need to live up to that. No, guys, I've decided to stop drinking. They're like, no, man, have a drink, and all of that, and they'll test you. But if you stay true to your cause, stay true to your core values, whether they are new or old, but if it's something that you've decided, I'm going to stick to this. Stick to it, follow through. Whether the situation says yes, sometimes you're going to decide to do certain things and people are going to say, because you've decided to take a different direction, we can't support you. It's fine, but you need to have the heart to endure the rejection, to endure the absence of people in your life, So again, be authentic. Take responsibility of your actions. You've done something. You've decided to take a different route, and something goes wrong in the process, and people are going to come and say, like, is this the discipline that you're talking about? Just tell them, guys, I know you won't understand, but this is part of the process, and this is what I'm going through, and it didn't work out right now, and I'm going to take responsibility for it. I'm going to man up to it. I'm going to stand my ground, and I'm going to take in my failure. It doesn't mean I've lost the race. I've failed right now. It doesn't mean I've failed for life. No, I've failed right now, and I still have an opportunity to stand up and go do it over and over again. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to stand up and go for it. Stand up for your responsibilities, be responsible for your actions. People learn over time to appreciate people that have endured the test of time. We thought he wasn't going to make it. We thought he was just bluffing. We thought he was going to lose momentum at a certain point in time, but he's going strong. We thought when he lost his parents, he's going to stop going to do medicine. He's going to stop doing his medicine. He's going to stop attempting to be a doctor. We thought he was going to give up on his goals. His partner left him for no good reason. We thought he was going to break down. And you take responsibility of whatever action or situation that happens in your life. Just do that and live up to it and push. Be prepared to accept whatever comes your way. Because trust me, you're going to hit walls. Remember the other thing, certain things when you go into them, it's new territory. It's new ground. You don't know anything about it, but you are going in there to learn and to break through and to pass the test. So you're going to have those people that are going to question your intentions, that are going to question everything that you're doing. They're going to make you feel like you'd make the wrong decision for going in a certain direction. It's fine. It's fine. The only thing that you need to do is to stand your ground. By all means, stand your ground. Don't allow anyone or anything or any situation convince you otherwise. Remember, we're still talking about self-actualization. If you have these things that I'm talking about, just know that one way or the other, you're going to make it, you're going to achieve. And the very same people that were looking down on you are going to be the ones that are going to come back and say, you know, that guy used to say 1, 2, 3, and we thought he wasn't going to make it. He was just bluffing, you know. But look at him. And another thing that you need to remember is that as soon as you achieve that, a new challenge comes. Is he going to be able to maintain? Does he have what it takes? That's when they start comparing with other people. Remember that guy from the other side? That guy started the same way. Where is he now? Where is he now? He's pushing wheelbarrows and he's doing piece jobs and all of that. It's fine. It's fine. You know what's the difference between you and that guy? In fact, between both of you, that guy and those people that are talking, is that at least both of you have tried something in life. Those people haven't tried anything. They're just sitting there. They are cowards, sitting at their houses, looking at people through their windows. You understand? They haven't tried anything out. And most of those people are school dropouts. You know, those are the type of people that have failed, that they've decided to say, oh, okay, life is like this. I'm just going to sit here. I remember when I was still growing up, I would wake up every morning, go to school on a Saturday. And the guys I grew up with would be sitting at the corner very early, around 8 o'clock, imagine. And they'll say to me, hey, dude, where you guys? I'm going to school. And one of them will say, go, it's fine. You'll find us right here. And that happened over and over and over and over until one day when I came back, I found them at the corner and I parked my brand new car. You understand? So don't let people convince you otherwise. Know yourself. Understand yourself. Be aware of who you are, where you want to be, what you want to achieve. You know, even today, I've done so many things in my life, so many things for my family, and you will at least expect someone to come and pat you on the shoulder and say, hey, you're doing well. Yeah, there are people that are doing, but you'll expect other people to come and pat yourself. But you hear rumors, people talking, people assuming, people saying stuff and all of that. You know, those are indications of people that haven't really achieved anything. And they don't have any intentions to change their lives. And if you are listening to this and you are that person, I urge you today to start changing your ways. You know, start embarking on this journey of self-actualization. You know, discover yourself, understand who you are. You know, and if you listen to some of my older episodes that we've posted now recently on our podcast, there's certain things that we talk about that touch on these things. Talk about the type of friends that you need to have and all of that. So I say to you, it's better to try, fall, try again, fall, try again until you make it there. Because everyone would know that you were attempting something. It doesn't matter whether they say, oh, he tried so hard, he failed. The fact that you tried something makes you different from the rest. So yeah, moving right along. Then there's a next one that make people fail in life, and after they've failed or they've fallen down, they find it hard to rise again. You know, like rise again and try again. It's because they are missing this tool, acceptance. And hear me out. Hear me out. At times it's hard. I'm even getting emotional because I'm thinking of a story in my life that it was hard for me to, in fact, a few of them, that it was a difficulty for me to accept. You know, and I know this is very personal, but just to take you through an example of something that I experienced. You know, I was engaged at some point, and my partner decided to part ways with me. It was hard for me to accept, to a point where I think I fell under depression or something. I got hospitalized. I was in hospital for like a week. You know, and I didn't accept the situation. I refused to accept the situation. I blamed God for everything. You know, to say, but God, I did everything accordingly to how I thought it was supposed to be done. You know, and there were certain elements that I kind of forgot to focus on, that I totally forgot about. You know, which is some of them, like a relationship is a two-way stream. One can do their part, and when the other doesn't do their part, that relationship won't succeed. I forgot of the facts of being in a relationship. So I'm not on that part, but I didn't want to accept that. But until, I think it was the last day when I was in hospital, and they had just put a drip in me, I got drunk of it. When I was still drunk, when I was still going through my system, something crossed my mind and said, but do you really have to live your life like this? What if you have lost your life, your heart stops beating and all of that? What are you going to leave behind? What's your legacy? And I had realized the first thing that I needed to do was to accept that this didn't work out. But this is not the end of me. Yeah. I'm going to be labeled. Yes, and I was labeled. People, Facebook, people send me messages telling me blah, 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 whatever nonsense they wanted to tell me, which is fine. I don't give a damn. It's fine. I've went through that journey and I've passed through it. So I had to accept that this relationship didn't work out. And trust me, I got the energy to stand up. A year later, boom, I'm back. I'm trying to get hold of her, try to talk to her, to call her, make her realize it was a mistake. I accepted, I moved, and it came back again. And that's why I was saying earlier, these things are not easy. You need to work on them. You need to practice them on a daily basis. You might say you're going to stop drinking. You might stop for a year. First thing next day, you're drinking. 6 months you've been busy drinking. It's not easy. That is why you need to check the people that you spend time with. You need to spend time with people that are matured, that are not going to blame you for going back to drinking, but that are going to be there to remind you. Go back and listen to the 3 types of friends that I was talking about. And I'll do a full episode on it again. And I feel strongly that it needs to be done. So accept all sides of yourself. All sides of yourself. Your strength, your shortcomings, your weaknesses, whatever, what you haven't achieved, accept everything about yourself. And identify things that you can work on. Identify things that you can improve in your life. Identify things that that if I can get good practice, I can get a coach or a mentor, I can walk away from this thing and be in a different situation. But yet, for you to be able to change something in your life, you need to accept it. I'm poor. Yes, I am poor. Accept that you are poor. And start doing something about it. I'm not educated. I can't read. Yes, I can't read. Do something about it. Accept that you can't. Do something about it, because you cannot go into that sphere with a rebellious mentality, because you're going to fail. Every time you're going to fail. You're going to end up confirming yourself that you don't know anything, you can't read, you can't achieve anything. Accept it first. If you accept it, you're opening room for growth. You understand? Don't go out there with a big head to say, I can do this, I can achieve this. No, don't do that. Accept that certain things you don't know, certain things you are not good at. And stop playing big in a small town. You just end up embarrassing yourself. Accept your desires, your whatever you want, without shame or apology. Don't be apologetic. Don't be apologetic for your shortcomings. There's a reason why you don't know how to do certain things. Don't be apologetic because you're not educated. There's a reason why you're not educated. Probably you come from a poor background. Your parents couldn't take you to school. You needed to work very early in your life to be able to eat, just to be able to put bread on your table. That deprives you. If you don't have anyone to take you to school, that deprives you from achieving certain things. Don't be ashamed of that. And I said, don't be ashamed that you've got shortcomings. There's certain things that you can't do, man. Don't be ashamed of that. Don't be apologetic. But do something about them. That's what I say. Don't sit in amongst people, the elite, so they call themselves, the elite, and hear them talking that English, that type of English. Those words that you probably need a dictionary. And be ashamed to tell them that, guys, you know what? I only know basic English. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of your background. If you're living in a shack, don't be ashamed of it, but have a plan. Set a goal. Have a dream to change that. You understand? Don't be ashamed of anything in your life. Don't be ashamed of your disability. Don't be ashamed. Go out there. Go out there. There's someone that went through the same thing that you are going through. Do research. Find out how they survived. If it's new, invent the solution. Come up with a solution. So, and that also speaks to accepting people. Have unconditional acceptance for people and their uniqueness. Accept that we are diverse. Accept that we are not the same. Accept that I'm white or I'm black. Accept that you are white. Don't make it my problem that you're white. Accept that you are black. Don't make it the white man's problem that you are black. Understand? But at the same time, accept that the next person is different from you. The reason why we have racism and all of that is because people haven't accepted that in this world that you are living in, there's white people, there's black people, there's Asian people, there's different types of people. That's why we have racism. People haven't accepted. Because the minute you accept something, you find ways to live with that thing. Not to shut it out, not to exclude it from opportunities, not to deprive it from growth. You need to be able to accept that as well. The minute you accept that, you and your neighbor are going to live a peaceful life. You understand? You hear people say, what are these people? Why are you saying these people? Have you not accepted that there's black people, there's white people? So accept people's differences across unconditionally. You understand? It's funny. In all these races, we've got disabled people. You understand? Why would you be so nasty towards a crippled person, a black crippled person, whereas even white people have got crippled people as well? You're being unfair. We're all human. We bleed the same color blood. We need to wake up, people. But however, I'm talking to you as an individual to say, learn to accept people, because it's not only race on race. Even black people don't want to accept each other. There are situations of that nature. So do yourself a favor. Learn to have unconditional acceptance for people. You understand? Now, when you have achieved all of these things that we've spoken about, and we will do part 2 of this recording, but just to sum up all of this, when you have acceptance and you're authentic and you've got purpose in your life, self-actualization is easy to achieve. It's easy because you've covered almost all ground. There are other topics that we're going to be talking about, but you've covered all ground. You have managed to get at a point whereby you don't choose sides. You are honest with yourself. You are aware of who you are and what journey are you taking in your life. You are aware of what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. You are aware that there's a big goal that you are working on in your life and you need to achieve, and you're going to do whatever it takes to achieve that. No one is going to sway you differently. No one is going to convince you otherwise. And if you've got a shortcoming, you're going to go out, you're going to accept it first, and you're going to go out there and make sure that you change things around. So those are the things. And I hope you've learned something today. Please feel free to drop me a message or a comment or an email for that matter, so that I can hear what you think about what we've been talking about. Maybe I've lost it. Maybe I still need to learn something as well. Maybe I've been doing researches in wrong places. But I would like to hear it from yourself, from your end as well, to say what you think about the self-actualization process or journey that I would like us to embark on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, that was a topic, and it's obviously I'm going to call it part 1, self-actualization. I hope it was fruitful. I hope you've learned something. I hope that it triggered a thought in you. It's thought-provoking somehow, and I hope it's going to help us, myself as well, to look at things and people differently out there. And not to give up, and be out there, be confident with a boosted ego and a positive one for that matter. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you want more, if you want to listen more of our recordings or podcasts, check out our podcast. We are on Spotify, we are on Apple Podcasts, we are on Google Podcasts, and many more, so just check us out. This is Life Academy with Kelly Ntebe and friends. Thank you so much for your time. May the good Lord bless you. And again, Happy New Year.